You think you're procrastinating because you're lazy, because you're disorganized, because you lack discipline. But what if the truth is, you're not avoiding the task because it doesn't matter. You're avoiding it because it matters too much, and you're scared it won't be perfect. So you wait. You rewrite the plan for the 10th time. You research every possible angle. You keep polishing the idea in your head. But deep down, you know. You're not procrastinating because you don't care. You're procrastinating because you care so much, you're afraid to mess it up. Let's talk about the real root of that paralysis: perfectionism. In this video, we'll explore how perfectionism hides behind productivity, why high standards aren't the problem and what is, a story about the project I couldn't publish for 11 weeks, and how to start, even when it doesn't feel perfect. If you've ever told yourself, "I'll start when it's ready," or "it's not quite good enough yet," this episode is for you. There was a video I spent months working on. I cared about it deeply. The message felt important, so I gave it everything. Scripted, revised, recorded, re-recorded. I designed the graphics, tweaked the music, changed the colors. Then I made 3 different thumbnails, then 5, then 7. And every time I was ready to hit publish, a new voice kicked in. What if it's not clear enough? What if people think it's cringe? What if no one watches? Or worse, they do and it flops? So I told myself, I'll wait just until I fix that one last thing. That last thing became 11 weeks. And I never posted it. Not because I didn't care, but because I cared too much. Because putting it out there meant risking being judged, failing publicly, or realizing it wasn't as strong as I hoped. That's perfectionism. And it's way more common and more paralyzing than people realize. The psychology of perfectionism. Let's clear something up. High standards aren't the problem. It's the fear behind them that causes damage. Perfectionism says, if it's not amazing, it's not worth doing. If I fail, it reflects who I am. If this isn't perfect, people won't respect me. It's not ambition. It's anxiety wearing a mask. And when that fear gets too loud, your brain tries to protect you by delaying. That's how perfectionism and procrastination get tangled. You care deeply, you raise the bar impossibly high, the task becomes emotionally threatening. Your brain avoids it, you feel guilty, and the cycle repeats. Signs your procrastination is really perfectionism. Let me ask you a few quick questions. Do you spend more time planning than actually doing? Do you delay sharing your work until it's flawless? Do you avoid starting because you're scared of doing it wrong? Do you rewrite the same paragraph, line, or intro multiple times? Do you secretly feel like one mistake would ruin your credibility? If you said yes to more than one, it's not a motivation problem. It's not laziness. It's perfectionism, and it's keeping you stuck. The perfection loop. Here's the cycle many perfectionists live in. Big idea or goal. You feel excited. You start, but immediately notice flaws. You fix, tweak, edit endlessly. The task becomes overwhelming. You avoid it until it's perfect. You feel guilty and shame for avoiding. That emotional weight makes it even harder to return. Over time, this loop doesn't just affect your work. It eats away at your self-esteem. You start believing, if I can't do it perfectly, maybe I'm not good enough to do it at all. Here's what I've learned from both psychology and my own experience. Perfectionism is not a desire to be excellent. It's a fear of being exposed, fear of judgment, fear of rejection, fear of realizing your best might still fall short. So instead of risking that, you delay. But here's the paradox. The more you wait for it to be perfect, the more you train your brain to fear starting at all. The breakthrough moment for me came when I asked myself, would I rather have something done or keep waiting for something imaginary? Because perfect is not real. It's not an achievable state. It's a moving target. So now I try to live by this. Done is a skill. Perfect is a trap. Every time I ship something, even if it feels rough, I teach my brain I can take action. I can handle imperfection. I can grow in public. And that's what builds momentum. Strategies to break perfection-driven avoidance. Here are 4 things that help me finally start and finish without obsessing. 1. Set a 90% good enough rule. Instead of aiming for perfect, aim for 90% good enough. Then ship it. That extra 10% of tweaking, it's not usually makes a difference to your audience, but it trains your energy. 2. Use time limits instead of quality goals. Don't say, I'll write the perfect email. Say, I'll write an email draft in 20 minutes. The goal isn't brilliance, it's output. It creates urgency and reduces paralysis. Number 3, share before you feel ready. Yes, it's scary, but real growth comes when you expose your work to feedback and learn from it. The first version of anything will never be perfect, but it can be powerful. Number 4, create a failure folder. I have a folder on my desktop with projects that flopped, posts that didn't perform, or ideas that went nowhere. It reminds me, I survived failure. I still learned something, and I kept going. Your value doesn't come from flawless execution. It comes from resilience. I still catch myself falling into perfectionist patterns. Even creating this series, I had moments where I thought, is this script good enough? Should I re-record that sentence? What if people don't like this part? But I reminded myself, if I wait for perfect, no one gets helped. But if I show up messy, vulnerable, and real, someone might feel less alone. And that's worth it. What's something you haven't finished because it wasn't perfect yet? Let's talk in the comments. Not to judge, not to fix, just to say out loud, this is something I care about and I want to finish it. Coming up next in the series, how to stop overthinking everything. Because the longer you think, the harder it becomes to act. In the next episode, I'll show you how to break free from analysis paralysis and actually begin. See you there.